On this episode of TFL Camper Corner, we're back at David Morrow's property, and he has another surprise. So you have something else new in your barn.
I gotta have a project, and so I bought this old truck, and I got a great deal on the truck, and then this is the camper that came off of Gunsmoke.
Okay.
And when I bought
when
Gunsmoke,
you bought it originally,
right. I paid $3,500 for Gunsmoke, but I bought it with the camper.
Right.
But I didn't buy it for the truck, even though I knew it was a pretty cool truck. I bought it for the camper, and then I thought, well, I'm going to sell that truck, but then I thought, no, I'll just give it to TFL. And so that's where the camper came from. But what was cool about that truck was an old man had owned it, and he had taken really good care of this camper, even though it's got its spots of dirtiness and moldiness. I cleaned it all up, and everything works, like the heater and the water pump and
nice.
And the lights. Everything works on it. So
let's start. Can you show me the truck first?
Yeah. First of all, this was a Department of Wildlife in Colorado.
Okay.
It's probably a game warden's truck.
Okay.
And it was built to have a flat bed and pull a horse trailer or something at one time. And I got it from a guy who had bought it at an auction. And it was pretty well beat, just like Gunsmoke was. It looked ugly. So I did a repaint on it with the original color. And what's unique about this truck is that it's exactly the same year with the same motor as a truck that I've had forever. In 1992, I bought me a Chevy, which is the same. It was the same truck back then.
Right, GMC.
GMC, and I put 300,000 miles on that truck. And this one had the same motor and same transmission.
So what is the motor in this?
It's a 454.
Okay.
And it takes a lot of bashing because, it's a gas guzzling monster. But, I haven't had, as far as my experience goes, I haven't had that because I put 300,000 miles on that truck and I averaged 12 to 14 depending on what I was doing with it. And so,
which is modern. It's good by modern standards too.
I think so, and it's torquey in the low end. In fact, you rarely even run it over 1,200 or 2,000 RPMs. It runs great, right around.
And what's the transmission? Is it?
It's a 5-speed. It's an NV 4500, which is what I had in the other one. The difference between this truck and that truck is that one had 373 gears. This one has 410, so probably mileage is going to be a little bit lower.
David is so great. He offered actually for me to drive this big rig, which I would love to do. The clutch, you kind of have to push it all the way to the floor, but it's easy to get used to. And this big block has so much torque. It's amazing. I'm barely touching the throttle. It's like it just wants to go. No matter how much weight is on the back of it, we're gonna try to weigh this truck and camper just for fun. Because we're here in the neighborhood at the dairy scale. So I hope you can see that, but Casey and I just got out of the truck and we're weighing just the truck and the bed and the camper. It's 7,480. So that's reasonable. I mean, this is a 454 gas engine truck and it just feels so powerful with a 410 rear end. You could put a heavy trailer behind this, and David tells me he's pulled a lot of weight with his gas-powered 1 ton and 3/4 ton trucks. I believe it.
Up until 95, all the Chevy motors had throttle body fuel injection. Very simple, very easy to fix. This one has air conditioning. One thing this truck doesn't have that I wish it had was cruise control, but I can live with that.
That's okay.
For what I'm using it for, going up in the mountains, you're not using it that much anyway.
Yeah, if you're going somewhere to camp, right, and spend the weekend.
It's really pretty clean. You know how many miles it has?
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask.
103.
103.
So I took the bench seat out yesterday. See it over there?
On the floor? Okay.
And I found...
What, was there a mouse leaving in it or
There
something?
could have been.
Okay.
And I found... Well, I had them. I had 2 seats from a 1999 Suburban. I just put those in there yesterday. And the nice thing about the driver's side is it's electric and heated.
Okay, well show me the bed and what's going on back here,
Okay.
because so you did put a Hallmark truck camper on top. We'll see it in a second, but show me the bed.
Yeah, so it had a flat bed.
Steel?
Real basic. It's a wooden, you can't see it, but it's got wood underneath it, okay? And I just placed with the tractor, I placed the
camper right on,
top. And then
But this looks new. What is this?
I made myself some storage capacity on the side. So I put a 3/4 inch boxes that I made up and waterproofed them.
Okay.
And then between them, I made myself storage. So I can carry, you know, my tools and gasoline and batteries. And
There's the wooden floor. I see it.
and there's the wooden floor right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And so I just used what I had, and I went and bought some diamond plate aluminum. This was all plywood I had laying around in my scrap piles. And then I just took this aluminum plate and made it so that I can also just take it off and leave it here if I need to, you know, get close. And then
And there's like a secret cubby hole.
yeah,
in here?
that's I figure I put recovery gear in there.
Yeah.
All my straps.
There's a
and so-
cubby hole, or multiple cubby holes.
Right, yeah. I got a battery over here. I think I'm gonna get two other batteries and mount them in here.
Okay. For the camper itself.
Yeah, it's got one battery already, but I think I'll have extra. I made it so that I can lock it. I can put a padlock in there to keep things secure.
All right, show me the camper now. So
Okay.
We have a 1992 truck and a 95.
95 camper. Yeah, it's a Ute. Hallmark Ute.
And they're built in Colorado,
Right
which
here
is
in
really
Colorado,
cool.
Yeah. So, you gotta see, I put my
No way, you got
tracks in.
tracks stored inside of your truck?
So all I gotta do is make myself a little plate or something to keep those in there so they can ride real good.
Can you walk us around a little bit? I know it's not.
Yeah, it's pretty tight in there.
It's not
Yeah.
it's not a showroom condition yet.
Nice thing about these units is that it's just one crank to go up and down. And so,
Wait, you mean you don't have to like use monstrous human strength to lift it?
right. And then there's no buttons to push.
That's awesome. And
No electrical parts to go out or hydraulic parts. Guess that kind of shows the simple side of me. I like things simple, you know?
Yeah.
That way if they break, they're easy to fix. But that's got a nice bed up here. You can see it's got a little bit of water damage, but I was able to fix all that. So I've got some stains. But this, of course, is a table.
dinette area.
So the dinette, you know, it's got the pole that goes in there.
Awesome, yeah, it's all that.
I
It's a
got it.
large bed also.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized bed. I measured it at 6 foot.
My old camper had, kind of a spring-loaded mechanism, and you actually had to use your muscle to kind of lift both sides.
Right.
And it was heavy for one person.
This
Doing a little crank is nice.
little mechanical advantage right here,
Yeah.
which is nice. Yeah, I like that feature. I mean, it seems pretty sturdy, and I did do some reinforcement. You see these oak pieces right here?
Yeah.
These are not original. I glued and screwed these to the wall just
front?
to make the front a little more solidified,
Yeah.
because it had a little bit of bounce to it. So I did them on both sides.
Yeah.
That was one thing that upgrade I made. Everything works. The pump works. The stove works. Got a 3-burner stove. Fridge works. It's got a little freezer on top up there, and it also has, right here, it has a heater with a thermostat up on the wall. And so you can keep yourself warm.
Like you're ready for no pavement needed.
Well, you know, if I get invited, I might come along.
So David, you were instrumental in getting the Project Gunsmoke done for us.
Right.
So I wanted to give you a no pavement needed shirt.
Wow.
We don't have very many of these, so thank you very much
Sweet.
for all your help. And I also wanted to give you kind of a Colorado bandana.
I kind of feel privileged that you guys let me in on, you know, what you do and to be a part of it. And I know, you know, the big part was that we're going to give it away.
Yeah.
We're going to give the money away that we make
From
off of
the Gunsmoke project.
Right,
Absolutely.
right. And you know, that was my biggest motivation. But I figured in the meantime, let's have some fun with it, and you guys let me
Why not?
tag along with all the fun. I
Why not?
appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much,
Yeah,
and we'll
thank
see you
you.
down the road. Free road, take me home to the place I belong. Northern Colorado, country mama.
Do we have the rights for you to sing that?
No, but you know what? It will never be flagged because my voice is so terrible. Nobody will ever recognize it. It's not perfect. Okay, go for it. Okay, that's better. Multi-use product, see? You can help tuck in your camper top or get out of trouble.